Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Temper Alliance, and today in this video we're going to be talking about the new Black Ops 2 DLC, which is called Uprising. Now, as you can see on your screens right now, it's just a guy taking a picture of something out of cardboard that has the Black Ops 2 DLC, and there are 4 multiplayer maps, and there is another zombie map, and it is Vertigo, Encore, Magma Studio, and the zombie map, which is Mob of the Dead. I can't really read that. Yeah, I think it says Mob of the Dead, but I can't really read that because the B kind of looks like a G. But it's a bit fuzzy. It's not really the best. But if you guys have better eyes than me, then you can read it there for yourself. So yeah, so there are 4 multiplayer maps and 1 new zombie map. Now there's not really much news about it well, the only news about it is that the names of the maps and what it looks like. But as you can see in the picture of Vertigo, the people are standing on a helipad, which kind of takes place outside. I think this map is mostly outside, but like I said, there are no news for this, so you know, I'm just saying what I'm thinking of, like, what this could be or what this couldn't be. But well, mainly what this could be. I don't know why I said what this couldn't be, like what. But yeah, so Vertigo looks like it's outside on a helipad, so it's kind of a more outside kind of place. I don't know if there's going to be like cars moving or something like that could take you out with the ones from the previous map pack. So it kind of looks mainly outside, and maybe some buildings that you can run in, obviously, for cover in case there's like a kill streak up in the air. So there has to be some places to run inside, but this mainly looks like an outdoor kind of place. Encore, it kind of looks like I forgot what it's called, Carrier or something like that. I have no idea. But you know the map that has loads of containers, and the containers goes up and moves around the place? I forgot that map was called, and I can't really look it up because nothing's on except for my computer, of course. So yeah, so it kind of looks like that, but the picture looks a little bit fuzzy, so I can't really tell it out 100% like sure. But I think that guy is having a sniper or something like that in his hand. It looks like a guy. Actually, no, it doesn't. It's mainly a machine gun. But in the background, I think there's going to be some, like, mostly buildings or something like that, some outside places, kind of like a close quarters type of map, if you know what I'm on about. So just by looking at these 2 maps, they actually look pretty good. The next map, Magma, something about to do with something hot. Like, that name kind of gives it away. And if you look in the picture, you know, it's kind of like an orange burst flame thing. So I think the name kind of gives it away that it's kind of like a yellowish kind of color outside type of map, and I think it has something to do for the zombie maps with the fires on there or something like that. If you touch it, you die or something like that. You'll take some hit damage or something like that. That's what I'm thinking. That's what it could possibly happen. If it does, then it'll be brilliant. It'll make the map look a little bit, better. It'll make the map a little bit better, and it'll make a little bit harder, because you have to be on the lookout for enemies and also be on the lookout for the ground, so you don't take hit damage, which is a pretty good idea. But it might not happen. It might just look like that just to make the map look a little bit better. Like, so if you touch it, you might not take hit damage. I have no idea. Like I said, there's no information about it yet. And Studio, I couldn't even say that word. The map, I'm not really sure. It's kind of like a close quarters another map or something like that. Like, I can't really see it because it's a little bit fuzzy. Yeah, so the map looks pretty good. I think it's kind of like Express, something like that. It looks something like a Express, according to my eyes anyway. It looks pretty good. I don't really know what to say about this map, really. It's kind of an unusual map to me. But yeah, and the zombie map of, I think it's called Mob of the Dead. It kind of sounds like Call of the Dead. I think they're kind of naming some of the maps that they made for Black Ops 1 and World at War or something like that. You know, and just changing the name a little bit for Black Ops 2. Maybe they ran out of names, maybe they didn't, but if you think about it, it does sound like Call of the Dead, and if you look in the picture, it does look a lot like Call of the Dead. I'm not sure if it's going to be based on the same thing, because back in Black Ops 1, we had a guy named George who was the director of a film when these guys were pretending to kill zombies, but it turned out one of them was real, and then more started coming, and then when you're in the game, George was this big huge guy, and if you shoot him, he runs after you with this stick or something like that, and there was no way to kill him. There was one way to kill him, and that was to shoot him as many times as possible. You really need like high powerful weapons to kill him, like a Wonder Waffle, a sentry gun, and you do need help to kill him, and you do get an achievement for it, but I never got it. So it's something like that. Now I don't know if it's going to be something like that in Mob of the Dead, and like it does have that blue background, and I'm not really sure if it's something like based in the same place where the ship crashed, something like that. When there's water, and when you touch water you freeze. I think it's based on the same thing, but it's based in a different area, if you know what I mean. It's kind of like a big round map, but it's something else. So it looks pretty cool, and I'm not really sure if we're going to have another big guy that's going to try and kill us, and it'll take like a long ass time to kill them, to kill this big guy. You know, I'm not really 100% sure, but it does look a lot like it, and yeah, so that is actually pretty much it of the maps. Now, talking about maps, I actually am pretty surprised that it takes until now to you know, hear from it, because you know, if you think about it, back in Modern Warfare 3 we had one every month. We have new maps every month, which kind of gives us the, you know, this idea that they're working really hard for, you know, Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer Games. You know, it kind of gives us the thought that, you know, they were working really hard for the maps. They were putting it out every month, and now for Treyarch we kind of get one every few months, but it's pretty much normal, because back in Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, we really had one every few months anyway. It was just for Modern Warfare 3 we only had one every month, was because of the Elite thing. If you bought a Elite, if you were an Elite Premium player, then you got the maps for free, which made you know, more sales, and which made them get more money because of the per month thing. So yeah, so I actually am pretty surprised that you know, they, you know, like waited until now, but it does look pretty good, and hopefully the wait was you know, like the wait was possible basically. I have no idea what other words to put it in, but hopefully it'll be great by the time it comes out, instead of, you know, waiting that long for a few maps that turned out to be bad. Now I do have to say though, the last map that they made, the zombie map that they made last, was pretty good. You know, it wasn't really the best, but you know, they tried to make it a little bit harder, making it more impact, which turned out great, and that was their whole idea of it, which made it a little bit harder, and a little bit harder to do rape trains around, just to keep up the high rounds, which they really did a good job on it. And for the maps, one map which was Grind, when they were trying to make it close quarters, which was also again a very good idea, which turned out to be great, but I'm not really 100% liking the maps. They weren't really great as they turned out. Like I wasn't really having much fun with those maps. Like every time when I see one of those maps, I'm like, oh no, let's vote for something else. You know, I was actually about to delete it, but I paid good money just to have it, so I might as well just keep it. But I am running out of my hard drive though, so I don't think I'll be able to get this month's DLC. But it will be coming out on April the 18th if this if this is actually true. And if not, then basically I just wasted my time just talking about it. That turned out to be a bunch of lies. But it has to be true though, because we're waiting till now to hear a new DLC. And once again, the same news as always for every DLC. It'll be coming to Xbox first, and for PC and PlayStation 3 users, you'll be getting it a month after, you know, with the whole Activision, with the contract thing with Treyarch. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button as well as appreciate on his channel, then also subscribe as well if you haven't already. And so comment down below and tell me what you think of this video. And yeah, that's actually pretty much it. Once again, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.